Okay, making this video for Sarah. This is our freshly set pattern. Now I'm going to go to each barrel and set cones and talk you through that. My cones consist of one tall cone for a entry point for barrel 1 or rate point, and the rest are all soccer disc cones. You can get them on eBay or Amazon or even in Walmart. Just a simple soccer disc cone to mark my spots around the barrel. I'm self-videoing also, so you'll have to bear with me, but here is barrel 1. Assuming that your first barrel, which from watching your videos, you are going to the right barrel first. So here is barrel 1. The next thing I'm going to do with my tall cone is mark my rate point. So I'm going to go next to the barrel, facing second, with my feet against the barrel, and I'm going to go out 6 steps directly toward the second barrel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'm going to set my tall cone right at my toe. So I have approximately anywhere, I will go anywhere from a 4 to 6 foot pocket on first. Every once in a while I have a horse, I'll take the whole way out to 8. But I would have to say 5 to 6 feet is more than normal for me, 5 to 6. That is 6 of my feet, which my feet is a little smaller than a foot. So I would probably say that the way it's set right there today is probably about 5 foot if I were to put a measuring tape there. With my larger horses, I would probably more so be out another foot from that. The next thing I'm going to do is grab 3 soccer cones. Every one of my turns has 3 strides. They are shortened, collected, and gathered strides, but they're 3 strides. I use a 4-wheel drive turn style, not a rollback style. If you have a horse that wants to be rollback, then you would need to set these a little differently. But for a 4-wheel drive, forward turn, forward motion turn around this barrel, and from what I saw of your horse, I would think that'd be the easiest style for her. So going off that, here's your 3 strides at the first barrel. First of all, I draw kind of an axis directly down the center. So I'm perpendicular, like 90 degrees to the wall, 90 degrees to the side, and there's your 90 degrees there. So on the upper end of this, my 90 degrees, again I go by the barrel and I do 2 feet. I do equal distance the whole way around the barrel. So there I've set my 2 feet. There's my boot marker if you can see it, and I set my cone right in the tip of my toe of my boot. That's my first 2-foot mark off the barrel. And that's actually just a snug tight, so I'm going to come out just a little with it. Okay? So now I'm going to go to the back side of the barrel where I'm perpendicular to the wall or the grandstands or whatever on this side of the arena. And again, I'm going to put my leg next to the barrel. I'm going to go out 2 steps, put my cone in the tip of the boot print, and that's my back stride, 2 foot off the barrel. Now the first barrel is a little less turn, so it's about a 3/4 turn, but I'm still going to go perpendicular to my wall, facing toward the gate, and I'm going to go out 2 steps. Then I'm going to look where that cone is, and I'm going to go halfway in between them and go 2 steps. Put my cone in the tip of my boot print, and that's my last 2-foot stride mark at the first barrel. So if you're seeing this, zoom out. There's my rate point, 2 foot, 2 foot, 2 foot for my 3 strides. I'm going to walk around this barrel so you can see it from that angle. I come up to my 6-foot mark. This is where I rate, but my eyes are looking up there, but my body is doing everything it should to rate at this point here. Then I'm going to ride on to point 1, start to turn my horse around an arc to point 2, Continue around the arc to point 3, and at point 3, I call this the action point, or I should say Ed called it the action point, and I follow that. This is where the most action in your turn happens. It's where you pick up, finish and complete your turn, clear your horse's hip, look up to second barrel, and push off straight to point 1 at second barrel. So I'm going to walk that again just real quick, and then we'll set second barrel cones. I just want to walk this one within view where and how I set my cones. All 2 foot from the barrel, equal distance, point 1, point 2, point 3. Okay, second barrel. I will straight in view to second barrel. Same axis, same perpendicular. First cone is going to be point 1. And if you go next to your second barrel, turn and go perpendicular to the wall towards third barrel. Put your leg against the barrel, 2 feet out. Put your cone in the tip of your boot print, 2 foot mark, perpendicular to third barrel wall. Point 2, second barrel. Second barrel is your largest turn. So you're going to have full distance, you're going to be right on the axis of the barrel for this one. This one is perpendicular to the wall behind the second barrel, which could be the grandstands, depending on the arena. Again, leg next to the barrel, 2 feet out, cone in the print of the barrel. There's your 2 foot, point 2, barrel 2. So, third point, barrel 2. Perpendicular to the wall that's toward the gate, leg against the barrel, 2 feet, cone in the print of your toe. There's your 2 feet, point 3, second barrel. So as you ride this second barrel, coming straight across from first, you're going to come in to point 1. You're going to rate. If you're going all the way into the pocket on a finished horse, I rate right here in the pocket. If I'm on a young horse, I sometimes rate as their nose is almost to the barrel. I'll kind of start to gather right here if I think it's going to take me 2 strides to gather. If I think I can get a horse gathered when I get there, I'll go the whole way in, leg beside barrel, leg beside point 1, sit and gather hard. Now here's the other thing, if you don't gather till here, you have to fully commit when you get here. It can't be a half commit, it's a full commitment right here in the pocket. Then you start to ride up around your arc to point 2, on around your arc to point 3. 3 again is your action point. It's where your hand is going to lift and ask your horse to complete that turn. Inside leg helps your horse clear that turn, helps the horse's hip clear that turn. You should have shoulders, hips, everything clear, straight line to third. I'll walk that one more time just so you can see the cones. Point 1, 2, 3, action point, finish, go. On to barrel 3. This to me is the least amount of turn in the whole pattern. If there's a barrel that I feel like might be a little bit of a slingshot action, or not slingshot, but when you throw, boomerang. You throw the boomerang up in the air and it kind of takes a 90 and comes right back at you. This is more of the boomerang action. I still try to keep it round in 3 points, but if there's a turn to me that feels a little bit like a slingshot or a little bit like a boomerang coming back at me, the third barrel I would say is that turn. So this is your entry to third. Point 1, you're going to be perpendicular to your side rail or towards first. You're going to do your 2 steps. Put your cone in your toe print. Point 1, barrel 3. Backside of second, or backside of third, perpendicular directly to the back rail behind third barrel. 2 feet, cone in toe print, 2-foot backside of third. Because again, this is a smaller turn, I'm not going to use the full axis, but I'm going to start measuring it by being on the axis perpendicular to this rail. Then I'm going to go halfway in between my hind cone and my axis and use that toe print, and that is going to be 0.3 at the third barrel. Now if you're looking at that from the entry point, again, just like second, I'm on a finished horse. I'm going to ride the whole way to my pocket, and 0.1 right here, I'm going to sit hard and gather and close their front end and gather them up and shorten their stride. Then I'm going to ride on into my arc to 0.2. 0.3 once again is an action point. Use my hand to finish, my inside leg to help their hip clear. Look up and be facing directly home. I'll walk that for you real quick. Coming to third barrel. 0.1, 2, 3 action, and home. Now I'm going to get on a horse and try to demonstrate these points for you.